You've been directed to watch screencast number 1, which is in-text citations. You've been directed to watch or listen to this screencast because you have significant errors in in-text citations, or you didn't have any in your research paper. And it's important for us to go back and look at what did you miss so that you can improve this the next time the expectation is for you to do it independently. On your screen, you see a copy of the research paper assignment. This is the part where you need to go back and you need to make adjustments. Works cited page shows that 2 sources are used. That part may be okay for you because I'm just addressing in-text citations. The essay must also include in-text citations within the body of the essay. The 2 are inherently connected, but if you are only being addressed to listen to or watch the works cited screencast, that means then that you are apparently okay, at least initially, on your works cited page. So let's go back and look at what a research paper looks like with correct in-text citations. So if you take a look at this happens to be from W7, but we're using it for all of them. We needed to start with some type of a statistic. I was getting you to practice a statistic in your introductory paragraph. So you can see that connected to an in-text citation are quotation marks because the material is directly quoted from a source, followed by this in-text citation. This in-text citation is the author, comma, the copyrighted date of the source. If there is no author, you follow suit with the organization, comma, the date. If there's no organization, typically it is the address, the website, comma, the date. If there's no date, lowercase n period d period should be the appropriate format. So this was shared with you at least in some format in class. Even if this isn't your class and you're not in W7, this is a very similar example as to what was shared in your particular class. Where we had issues was people didn't really apply that all the way through their essay. So let's take a look at a copy of a sample research paper so that you can see what the purpose is for those in-text citations. So first of all, if you didn't have any issues with your works cited page, then your works cited page should look something like this, right? Okay, it's got the hanging indent, it's alphabetized, all of that stuff. Now, the first letter of each of the in-text citations is in pink because that is a way for me to verify that each of these are being used. Okay, so if the works cited page is a list of all the places that you went to for your research paper, then the purpose of the works cited page is, or the in-text citations is to show where each one was being used. So you have to show that. So if you just turned in a works cited list but you didn't have the in-text citations, or they're the incorrect format, then that creates a problem because we can't tell where these sources each came into play in your paper. Okay, so let's go back up and take a look at what the proper format is. Same thing here. You can see I started my my essay with a direct quote followed by an in-text citation. Cruise Market Watch, comma, 2013. And don't worry about the coloring here. This corresponds to our traffic light colors for parts of paragraphs and parts of research papers. So let's go down and see if we can find where Cruise Market Watch. That means this direct quote came from that source. So let's go down and see if we can find where Cruise Market Watch came into play. Okay, so we're going down here, Cruise Market Watch. I'm looking for it. Here. So this came from the article entitled Growth. Here's all of its information along with the web page where I could go back and look for that stuff. Okay, so that means that I've used this source, Cruise Market Watch, specifically here. Okay, so I could check that off. Next, if I scroll down and I look at the next paragraph, I can see that the next quote came from Lifeboats of the RMS Titanic, and I couldn't find a date for that, N period, D period. So if I go down and I look on my works cited page, I can see that the Lifeboats of the RMS Titanic came from this particular web site, and this was the title of the article. So that's why it connects here. You have to be able to go back and find where each one of your sources was used. You can't have something in parentheses after a direct quote if you never wound up using it, because that says otherwise. Likewise, you cannot have something on your works cited page that you never used in your paper. Can't do it. Okay, so your job is to go back through your paper and locate where did you use each source on your works cited page within the body of your paper and provide a correct parenthetical notation. If you didn't use something and it's on the works cited page, take it off. You can go ahead and highlight the first letter on your works cited page if you choose to in pink or some other color to provide a framework for yourself of being able to identify them within your paper. Head to your research paper and rewind, fix it.